fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with House of Boxing and Empire Fight Store. Mr. Jamie Moore, been a little minute. How are we, mate?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. We've just seen the incredible Cameron Vuong make his professional debut. He promised us all week an outstanding performance. Sam said the same thing. Eddie and Frank were like, Sam's not shut up about this guy.
I'm not having it that Sam was blowing his trumpet.
Yeah, I know, who'd have thought. But what a performance.
Yeah, mate. That was the thing, really. He was making sure that he sort of didn't get too carried away. It wasn't an easy pro debut in as far as a lot of debuts go, and straight in with a 6-rounder as well. So you can see the sort of confidence that his team have got around him, because he is that type of talent where you can't have him hanging around for sort of 10-15 fights fighting sort of easy opponents, because it won't do him any good, won't give him any benefits, and he'll probably go backwards. So I was really happy with it. I just wanted him to stay nice and composed early on, because I said you'll probably get the opportunity to hit the kid 150 times in the first round. Don't take every opportunity, build your way into it, pick your shots, and you'll do a number on him. And I was really happy with him, yeah.
That he did. Let's talk about sort of the whole turning over and integrating into the gym and everything. Has that process for him been fine? I mean, I see you guys were out in Dubai.
We've only had him about 4 or 5 weeks, so it's been pretty fast, really. But we was in Dubai for 10 days training, and we all lived together. So that in itself, you get to know someone a little bit better, and you find out. So being, part of the coaching side of it is not just obviously the technicalities of it. It's about knowing the type of person they are and reading them, trying to understand what's going through their mind when you don't even have a conversation with them. So it was, the 10 days away training was beneficial from a technical point of view and a fitness point of view and all that stuff. But from my point of view, I got to know him a lot more as well. So and he's nice kid, slotted into the gym nice, and him and Jack have got a bit of a bromance going. And yeah, he's a real talented kid, but he's a nice kid, and it's dead important, that to me, that
your characters in and around the gym.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not abrasive. He's not got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He's just a nice, pleasant kid. So he's good to have around.
Well, Jamie, just lastly on Cameron himself, you said that you don't want him to just stick around and sort of be bowling these guys over for 15, 20 fights. However, Sam said that to me yesterday, and I was a little bit surprised. Obviously, at that point, I hadn't watched him. Now I've seen the levels that he clearly is on. But you are quite serious. He's only 21, but he can be moved fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not too quickly, and let's not get carried away with it. But I keep using Aqib Fiaz as an example. He's been matched relatively tough, so he's had 12 fights, but maybe half of them have been pretty stiff tests for that at that stage of his career. I want to do a similar thing with Cam, because he'll go backwards if he'll get the sort of false sense of security in terms of he'll think he's a bigger puncher than he is and stuff like that. Whereas if we put him in with good kids, he's not just going to blow them away. He'll get good quality rounds in. He'll learn lessons along the way. So eventually, when he does step up, then he'll have all the lessons on board. So that's what we want to do with him.
Well, Eddie and Frank clearly impressed, and I'm sure he'll get a lot of outings. We're expecting to see him out on the next gen show as well.
Eddie getting in the ring on someone's pro debut, he's
pretty impressive. Right?
Yeah, he's privileged. So listen, he's doing all the right things, and that's my job's to drag him back down.
Keep him grounded.
Exactly that, mate. Yeah.
Look, let's just pick up. You mentioned Aqib. He's in a great fight in Liverpool. You talk about him being match tough. He's had no real easy ride at all. Goes in with Reece Bellotti. No stranger to the fact that Reece has had a tough camp in with Joe Cordina, a lot of rounds with him. Aqib will be preparing for the best Reece Bellotti come to Liverpool.
Of course, yeah, and it is a 50-50 fight, but the reason why we've matched him the way we have is so that he's ready for these type of fights when he gets to him. So he's ready, and if Reece Bellotti comes at his absolute best, I still feel like he beats him, because he's got those lessons on board, and in many ways some of the opponents what he's been in with and the problems what I've given will probably give him more problems. So, you know, I like Reece Bellotti. I've always enjoyed watching him fight. He's always in exciting fights. But Aqib's really improving. He's coming on loads, and yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
Well, Jack Catterall is the main event that weekend. Tickets are selling incredibly, I'm hearing. He fights Jorge Linares. A bit of a last chance for him, but I suppose when you know that you're going into that with your last big step up, I suppose you come with everything that you've got.
Well, someone like Linares, you know, at one point in time, he was, you know, around the top end of the pound for pound list. So of course he's past his best. We know that. But these are the type of fights where, sort of, you get to gauge where Jack's at. Obviously, Linares is still a dangerous puncher. That's the one thing. And you know, if Jack was going in with someone at the stage where Linares is at, but he wasn't a puncher, I'd be more worried, because that's you've got the chance of Jack switching off or sort of taking it for granted. Whereas you can see, even though he knows he's in with someone who's not quite as good as he was, he's still dangerous, and he could still take him out with one shot. So it's a good test for him, and then hopefully get Christmas out of the way, and then we can get a world title shot for him.
Well, that's what I was going to pick up on. Is Jack as motivated? And I know that's sort of a mad question, but he's sort of been pushing for all the big fights, had so much activity, then had that Darragh Foley fight, and probably didn't want the Linares fight, if we're being honest. Maybe Josh Taylor, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he wanted progress, and there's been no secret about it. It's just unfortunate that Haney sort of pops his head up and says, I want to step up a weight, and then. But the good thing for Jack now is he's with Matchroom. Matchroom have got a plan set out for him. So instead of him being sat around waiting for that, he's still active. So that's what I like about the Linares fight, is the fact that he's active. I can see the improvements in the gym with him because he's boxed and then he's gone straight back into a camp on the back of it. So all the stuff about his timing and his judgment of distance, his ring fitness are all improving because he's active. So I'm just glad that he's earning money and he's not just sat around waiting for the shot what he deserves.
Finally, I could pick your brains all night. It's been a minute since we've done an interview. Chantelle Cameron looks at the same again, November 25th in Dublin. You had the press conference. I was too jet lagged. It was brutal, straight the day after Orlando. But ready again, same again. Last time you showed to stick it on her, she wasn't worried by the occasion or anything.
She was a bit. Yeah, she just wears a mask well, and that's what a consummate professional is. But she knows what she's expecting now as well, so she's not going in blind. She knows she can beat Katie. We're certain we're going to get a better version of Katie because she's in that sort of last chance saloon, like we were talking about Linares, and she's such a phenomenal athlete. I expect her to come and give it one last big hurrah. But I know Chantelle's going to be better as well, because not only does she now know she can beat Katie, but we've sat and watched the fight back, and we've both sort of agreed, you know, you box well, but you can box way better than that. And she's adaptable. If you watch Chantelle's fights, she's boxed in a few different styles depending on who she's against. So she's very adaptable, and Katie will come, and Katie's got to change something because she's not going to, you know, she's not silly enough to go back in there and try and do the same thing as last time because it didn't work last time. She's got to do something different. But Chantelle's really adaptable, and I'm probably more confident this time than I was the first time.
No stranger, and it's no sort of hidden fact that Chantelle was a little bit disappointed. Obviously, everything on Katie's terms again in Dublin at £140 again. She sort of wanted the opportunity to change that a little bit, but look, business as always, and it's still a huge fight. You're always going to be up for something like that.
Yeah, of course, and you know, did we want maybe Chantelle box at home or at least on a neutral ground? Yeah, but we've had all them conversations. Matchroom was adamant he was going back to Dublin because it made more sense financially. Listen, it is what it is. So we had those conversations. It didn't work out for us, but we've been and done it in Dublin before. I love Ireland. Ireland's such an unbelievable place. So we've no issues going back there. They treated us really well last time, and you know, hopefully they do the same again.
Well, Jamie, some man for one man. Thank you for letting me pick your brain for 9 minutes. Always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you up in Liverpool. Top man.